All right, so a pleasant morning to everyone. So, this is the continuation of what we have discussed a while ago. So, we've done already with cooking terms topic. So, now we will move to the next lesson, which is the art of garnishing or the techniques of plating. Okay, so we have here sample photos of food, and I just want you to observe those pictures. Okay, so this is picture number one. Okay, so we have another picture, picture number two. Okay, so next we have picture number three. Okay, so we have picture number four, another one. Right. So next we have another picture. All right. So anong feeling nyo ngayon? Okay? Natatakam na ba? Nagugutom na ba? Ayan. Okay, so those pictures are sample of a dessert. Okay? So as you can see, there's a lot of flavors, arrangement, no? Ano pang na-observe natin? Different texture, different appearance. It depends upon, no? Doon sa dessert na nakita nyo ngayon sa slides. So now, since our topic for today is all about techniques in plating and the art of garnishing, so of course, no, makikita natin dito na binibigyan ng emphasis yung um, process on how we will execute proper garnishing. So, when we say garnishing, no, na-discuss natin kanina sa unang lesson natin, it is something to do with the process of decoration. Okay, this is also includes the presence of different types of garnish to be used on a certain dish. Okay, like parsley, sprigs, celery, and so on and so forth. Pero ngayon kasi, no, gagamitin nating example yung dessert. Okay, so dito tayo mag-start so that at the end of the day, maintindihan ninyo sa pag-garnish pala kailangan ito yung kailangan nating sundin. So that once you prepare even main course, soup, even a simple beverage, okay, is alam niyo kung saan kayo magro-root, no? Or alam niyo kung saan kayo kukuha ng source para magawa nyo yung tamang pag-garnish in any kinds of food items or menu. Okay, but anyway, garnishing has been used for centuries na in culinary traditions worldwide. So its origins can be traced back to Asian civilizations such as the Greeks and Romans, who adorned their dishes with herbs, fruits, and other decorative elements to enhance their presentation and flavor. So makikita naman natin, kaya natin ginagawa yung art of garnishing is to enhance the appearance. That's the bottom line no? So, ba't kailangan nating i-enhance yung presentation ng food and even the drink served to the customers, no? Because of this is also the source of the satisfaction ng ating mga customers. Okay, so that's why we need to practice the art of garnishing. Okay, so yan. So next slide natin. Okay. So this is the art of dessert plating. So desserts should turn heads in the dining room. So garnishing and plating desserts should not be an afterthought. So it should be an integral part of how you build your recipe. So 'di ba most of the time, ang nangyayari kasing practice in reality is once we apply garnishing, kailangan nasa hulihan na, no? Kapag nakapagluto na tayo, na-prepare na natin yung food na ise-serve natin sa customers, is yung garnishing nasa last part, which is ano naman, tama na yun naman yun. Pero it says here, since this is integral part of building your recipe, dapat ando na siya from the first part pa lang na nagpa-plan ka ng menu mo or fino-formulate mo yung recipe mo, alam mo na din yung possible outcome ng food na isi-serve. Do you get that point? And this is the general rule, no? Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-isip ng garnishing as the last option na. Rather, to plan also what will be the garnish para makita nyo yung outcome nung food item na yon. Okay? So, that's very important. So, I hope and pray, no, lahat kayo sa mga susunod nating laboratory, isasama nyo siya sa planning. No? Anong garnish or paano nyo isiset yung finished product ninyo once you serve. So, nakita nyo na may mga sample pictures natin kanina, 'di ba? Doon sa unahan. So, kung tiningnan nyo maigi, no, para bang andun yung feeling like even hindi pa natin natitikman, whatever, or regardless for the price nung dessert na yon, parang andun na yung satisfaction agad natin. Kasi yung mata pa lang natin is busog na for that. So, ganun dapat. Okay, so we have four garnishes that add wow factor. So, sa dessert kasi, we need to use fruit garnish. Okay? Meron ding mga nut garnish, chocolate garnish, and cookie garnish. Okay? So, makikita natin mamaya, itong fruit, nut, chocolate, and cookie garnish is saan ba dapat to nilalagay? Okay? Para ma-execute natin yung art of garnishing. So, next. Ayan. So, here's the guidelines in plating. Again, it's not about the dessert lang, no? Gusto kong sundin natin tong guidelines na to. Even we are preparing different category ng food items natin. It's not for dessert lang. Again, this is just the foundation para makita ninyo kung gaano ka-appeal ang isang pagkain once we apply garnishing. Okay? So, number one, we should make garnishes edible. Everything on the dessert plate should be edible and delicious. So, when we say edible, pwede tong kainin. Okay? So, pwede siyang i-consume ng ating customer. So, avoid or refrain from using garnishes na hindi naman nakakain. Okay? So, never tayo maglalagay sa food ng iba't ibang klase ng ng pang-garnish na alam natin hindi naman makukonsume ng ating customers. Okay? So, you know already ano ba yung edible sa hindi. 'Di ba? Halimbawa sa cake, meron kasing mga nabibiling for display purposes lang na mga toppers or toppings or yung mga toppers halimbawa na piniprint out and then ididikit sa toothpick or yung pinakapangalan sometimes no ng halimbawa birthday yung pang birthday yung cake na yon. Yung pangalan ng celebrant is um, print out lang siya and then itutusok lang din siya sa stick and then ipapatong dun sa cake. So, hindi siya edible. Itatapon lang yon, tama? Hindi siya nakakain. So, meaning to say dito sa guideline number 1, kung kakayanin nating maglagay ng pwedeng makain ng guest, no, is yun po ang gagamitin nating pang-garnish. Pero it doesn't mean na sa pagbe-bake ng cakes is mali yung ganung sample ko kanina. That is different concept lang din, lalo na papasok na dyan if the budget of the customers is maliit lang. So, sinasuggest naman ng mga bakery na why not to choose na hindi edible yung mga toppers. But what I'm telling you today is better to have the garnish like edible siya. And keep it clean and simple. Don't crowd the plate. If your dessert is beautiful, it should not need a lot of garnish. And keep the rim of the plate clear so the servers are not touching the food when they place the desserts on front of the customer. So number one natin, keep it clean and simple. If we have the white plate, 'di ba? Usually yan naman ang ginagamit for any menu. Mapa-dessert, mapa-main course man yan, mapa-appetizer, mapa-salad. We need to use white plate, no? So, by means of keeping it clean and simple, make sure that there's a space na pwede pang um, space na kung saan pwede pang magkaroon yung space, yung server natin, lalo na kapag ilalagay niya na sa table yung plate, 'di ba? Last time nag-ano tayo, um, nag-practical kayo in balancing the tray, the way you will handle the plate, 'di ba? And then hindi niyo napapansin yung thumb pala ninyo lumalagpas dun sa rim. So, if meron tayong space, alimbawa, doon sa plate natin, if mangyayari man na makaligtaan natin, no, na neglect natin, na teka lang, sa rim pala dapat hawakan, at least hindi bumabangga yung thumb natin doon mismo sa pinaka-food item na. Do you get that point? Siyempre, better pa din na i-apply or i-practice natin that you should place your thumb on the rim of the plate. Okay? So, meron pa rin palang essence kaya hindi masyadong pinupuno yung plate. Kasi sometimes, no, servers are not perfect, lalo na pag madaming tao. Neglect din talaga the way they will handle the plate. We have a little bit space there, no, na pwedeng yung tumbler natin, doon natin mailagay na hindi na dadapuan or natatouch yung food. But again, hindi yan inaano ha, hindi yan totaling inaalaw. Okay? And what else? Okay, so number three natin, make your garnishes relate to the dessert on the plate. And the only time you should garnish with fresh mint is if you're serving mint ice cream. Don't put it on there just because you think the dessert needs color. If you have a brown dessert, like apples in puff pastry, then make sure all of those elements are executed well. Puff pastry should look beautiful and crisp. So ito naman class, yung guideline number 3 natin, all of the garnishes are related, no, or connected to each other. So what I mean is that, is for example, magsaserve tayo, no, sa beverage tayo, mango smoothie. Okay? And then, from that mango smoothie, syempre, lalagay natin yun sa glass. Okay? And then, kailangan may garnish kasi nga kailangan to enhance the appearance eh. And then, ang ilalagay mo, strawberry or a pinch of, or a slice of lemon sa rim ng glass. So, connected ba? Maganda siya tingnan, oo. Kasi kung titingnan nyo yung lemon, no, i-visualize ninyo, yung lemon na nasa rim ng glass, and then yung strawberry, nasa rim din ng glass, appealing naman. Kasi the color is yellow and then red. Pero ang tanong, connected ba yung strawberry and lemon sa mango smoothie mo? Of course, the answer is no. Okay? So, possible, if that is mango smoothie, ang pwede mo lang ilagay dyan is slice of mango, okay? Or you can add umbrella. Okay? Magtusok tayo ng umbrella doon sa pinaka-slice ng mango if kakayanin. But if not, you can um, use alternatives like colorful straw. Yan. Kaya yung mga straw natin, very useful yan. Hindi lang yan basta dahil need lang for a certain drink. It adds appearance din. Okay? So, kung gusto mo talaga ng lemon, make sure ilagay mo sa recipe mo mango smoothie with a pinch of lemon. So, ngayon yung lemon, pasok na siya dun sa garnish mo. Pwede na siya kasi kahit papano yung recipe mo, may lemon na ingredient. Do you get that point? So, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-garnish lang dahil gusto mong maging maganda ang itsura ng presentation mo ng beverage or food, pero hindi naman related to each other. So, ibig sabihin, nagmamatter sa recipe mo yung garnish na pwede mong gamitin. But I'm telling you din naman, may mga general garnish tayo na pwedeng gamitin. See, for example, yung parsley natin. Sa main course naman yan, kahit walang parsley doon mismo sa pinaka-recipe, sa lahat ng klase nilalagay ang parsley, sa lahat ng klase ng menu. So that is a general garnish that we could apply. pero wala talaga siya dun sa pinaka-procedure ng recipe mo or wala sa list ng ingredients mo. But we need to use parsley kasi nga ang parsley naman po ay common garnish siya. So kahit saan pwede. Okay, so kailangan ano tayo dito? Um, Knowledgeable talaga, no? Paano natin gagamitin accurately lahat ng klase ng garnish na pwede mong i-apply sa bawat dish or beverage. Okay? And then another, we have layer flavors and textures in your dessert. Textures and flavors hit the palate at different times. So ask yourself, how can I make this better? If the answer is a little lemon zest, then add it as a garnish. All the components on the plate should build on the dessert, making it better. Again, nakafocus to sa dessert, no? So, say for example, meron tayong isa-serve na Graham cake. Ayan. So as you can see, ang ating Graham cake is layered yan, no, kanyang appearance. And even yung texture niya is merong medyo moisten ng bahagya kasi may part na merong cream or whipped cream. So ngayon, if you will serve that mango Graham cake, do you need to add some garnish pa since meron ng crushed grahams or mango slice on the top? Layered flavors din siyang masasabi. Bakit? Kasi yung crust ng Graham tastes like a biscuit, no? And then yung second layer niya, ayun na yung may mga whipped cream, no? Merong condensed milk and so on. And then may mangoes pa yon. Okay? So paano nga naman siya mas magiging better pa once you serve it? 'Di ba parang okay naman na to, parang ano naman, appealing naman na siya. Wala nang pwede pang ilagay. Okay? Anong pwede? So based from the definition here, you can add lemon zest. So, ibig sabihin, any types of, hindi lang lemon zest ha, pwedeng mga syrup naman, pwede nating ilagay as a garnish. So, for example, ang ating Graham Mango Cake, pwede mo yan lagyan ng drizzle of caramel syrup. Alam niyo yung sa sundae ng McDo, 'di ba? Yung color brown. So, pwede nyo siyang i-drizzle on the top. Pero very minimal lang kasi it's too sweet na eh. Just to give some um, appeal sa plate na hindi siya boring na okay, we know already the Graham cake, ito na yun, pag in-slice, that's it. Wala nang inaabangan pa. So you can put it on the top of the Graham cake or kung creative tayo, no, pero kailangan creative. Pwedeng sa plate, mag-drizzle ka ng caramel and then saka mo ipapatong yung slice of Graham cake. Do you get that point? So may garnish ka na dun. Okay? And try different plates. So, number 5 natin, various sizes and shapes. So, the right plate can add or enhance the theme really well. 'Di ba? So, you remember nung nag-laboratory tayo, binigyan ko kayo ng freedom, what plate do you want to use? Okay? Hindi tayo kailangang, okay, round plate lang tayo. Kasi standard. Tama naman yun. Pero, if you can use other plates na bumabagay din naman sa menu, mag-ano tayo, mag-try tayo. Okay? Huwag tayong matakot mag-try ng maraming plates hanggang sa makita ninyo saan magbibigay ng more um, appeal yung dish na yon. And even sa drinks, ganun din. Pwede ba to sa highball glass? Pwede ba to sa water goblet? Even water goblet is for water lang, pero baka pwede rin naman. O pwede ba to sa margarita glass? Or pwede ba to sa mug? Yun yung thinking dapat natin in practicing these guidelines. Okay? Again, various sizes and shapes. You need to apply that one. Okay, yung mga soup natin, di ba, normally sa soup cup or yung consomme, doon lang natin siya nilalagay. So, ano pa ba yung pwede natin paglagyan ng mga soup? Aside from, we need a shallow type ng soup. May iba't iba naman tayong, ano, klase pa ng mga shallow plates like parang it's look like a boat. 'Di ba? Yung style. Oblong siya and then malalim na yung pinakaanuhan niya. Pero hindi siya bilog. Oblong ang size. So, pwede din yun sa soup. Okay? So, any types of menu, you need to try different plates. Pwedeng rectangular, As long na white, inaano natin ina-avoid natin in using of plates like yung may mga design. So, hindi siya magandang tingnan once we serve food, no? Even yung may mga lining. Last time may gumamit ng may lining. Pero, okay lang yun kasi you don't know yet on how you will use the plate kung ano ba dapat. Pero ngayon, dahil alam nyo na, kailangan mas may progress tayo doon. Okay po? Ayan. So, next natin, we have, ayan, factors and techniques in plating and presenting desserts. So, the plate, when plating desserts, the choice of plate is critical to the final presentation. So remember, the plate is the frame of the presentation, and there are many sizes, shapes, and colors available. So choosing the right size of plate is important because food should not be crowded onto the plate. So always remember, maintain natin na hindi sobrang punong-puno yung plate. Not necessary naman kasi yung buong dish na niluto nyo. Halimbawa, puno yung kaldero at kawali, no? Kasi yun yung nasa recipe Doesn't mean lahat naman yun ita-transfer mo yun sa plate no? Hindi gano'n yun, no? So, kailangan lang natin kumuha ng portion, okay? And then, mag-isip tayo ng garnish na babagay doon. Not necessary lahat, okay? Kapag ang menu is nasa two, ano lang, mga, halimbawa yung spring roll, sino yung mga gumawa ng spring roll, okay din naman na lahat ilagay nyo doon kung big plate naman. Pero kung ang present na plate lang is maliliit, 4, yan, mga ganyan, 2 to 4 pieces or 3 pieces, pwede na. Then may dressing, 'di ba? Not necessary lahat ng ginawa ninyo nasa plate. Okay? So, we need to consider, okay? Again, balikan natin is the plate. Kita niyo itong mga sample na to. You can put also yung ating pinaka-main sa gilid. Ito, kita niyo nasa gitna. Ang ganda, 'di ba? And then naglagay na lang siya ng circle dyan sa gilid or dot. 'Di ba? It's look nice. 'Di ba? And then this one, napakalit lang nung dessert and then um mas binigyan niya yung ng garnish yung space sa plate. Ayan oh. May mga syrup, strawberry syrup siyang nilagay. And then if you want to use this one naman, yung may mga divider, so don't forget pa din na appealing ang kanyang kalabasan. Ayan. 'Di ba? Parang minsan pag nakita mo to, nakakahiyang kainin, no? Ayaw mo nang i-ano, gusto mo na lang siya picturean. So, dapat ito yung nagiging outcome natin from time to time. Okay? Para hindi boring yung food presentation natin. Kumbaga may art talaga, kaya nga art of garnishing Hindi naman sinabing garnishing lang. So, there's creativity dapat. Okay? So, another, we have the color. So, color, always consider color as an important part of the plate presentation. So, always try to have a variety of colors on the plate. Variety of colors. So, green is fresh and cool and can be soothing. So, that's why, di ba, ang mga garnish natin pagdating sa mga herbs or spices like yung mga parsley natin, sprig, onion leaves, hindi talaga siya nawawala or hindi siya pwedeng palitan basta-basta. Kasi it represent freshness and soothing to the eyes of the customers. Red is passion and excitement. Ayan, as you can see here. Okay. So, of course, sa dessert, usually, pwede tayong gumamit ng red kasi maraming color red pagdating sa ingredients if we will make a dessert. Okay? And then, black is sophisticated and elegant. And blue is a natural appetite suppressant and since it can make food look unappetizing. Ayan. So, pwede tayong mag-mix and match ng color na pwede nating i-apply sa ating garnishing. So, as you can see, meron tayo ditong color red, may brown, may green, and then may black. Okay? Kasi dessert to Pero pagdating sa mga main natin, why not? Tingnan din natin, baka pwede rin naman. Okay? Ano pa? We have, yan, yung kabilang picture natin. Yung red, I guess this is strawberries. Ayan. And then, meron ding color, white. And then, may green pa din. Hindi nawala yung green. Okay? So, ganito dapat yung kalabasan ng inyong mga food items. Kaya nyong laruin lahat ng color na pwede nating i-consider dun sa dish na yun as long connected pa rin siya to each other. Ayan. So we have another one, texture. Texture is critical to food presentation as well as enjoyment. Contrasting hard and soft, smooth and coarse adds visual interest to your food and it will enhance your customers' enjoyment to the food. So when it comes to texture, kailangan magko-combine hard and soft texture dapat. Okay? Sample ng hard natin dito sa picture, may chocolate bar sa ilalim. Okay? And then, I guess this is cookies, macaroons. Macaroons na totaling hard ang kanyang texture. Quite soft, no? It's a baked goods. Okay? And then meron din tayong cupcake, which is soft in texture. Yung pinaka-bread niyan, soft. And then, mas light pa kasi meron siyang cream on the top. And then, meron din tayo on the other side. I guess this is a white chocolate slice also. And then, meron din tayong another sweet bar, which is white dito sa ilalim. Okay, pero tingnan nyo tong color green na to. 'Di ba? This is a general garnish or common garnish na ginagamit, which is the mint. Pwede din yan. Okay, ilalagay lang natin siya on the top. Okay, so tatandaan natin, not just sa dessert, even ibang variety ng food items natin, kailangan may hard and soft doon sa pinaka, recipe as part of um, art, no, of garnishing, yung texture. Okay, so what else? We have another one, keep things clean, no, number 4. Remember that neatness counts. Food should be contained within the rim of the plate, yet it should not be crowded in the center. And take a look at the plate and ask yourself if it is pleasing to the eye. So it should not look sloppy and dirty. Ayan, meron ako nakita last time na group na hanggang sa rim ng plate naglagay ng garnish, pero okay lang yon. Kasi hindi ko pa naman kayo nabigyan ng idea regarding garnishing. So ngayon, mas naiintindihan ninyo that the plate is need to be clean. Tingnan nyo itong mga sample. It's just a simple white plate eh. And this one medyo dirty white or gray itong plate na to. And as simple as that. No? Nakita ninyo yung nakita niyo yung impact. No? Sometimes simplicity is beauty din. Pero not necessary, wala ng art. Kaya ito ko consider as an art yan. Itong mga cinnamon or coffee powder na nasa gilid nito. Consider as an art. Pero simple lang. This one, art pa din yan. Yung nag-drizzle ka ng chocolate and then yung cupcake mo, andun sa kabilang side. Then may sprinkle pa rin naman na different colors ng, I don't know if this is nips, whatsoever. Okay? So ngayon, it will, or it should be contained within the rim. So, ibig sabihin sa loob, yung rim kasi niyan, ito, limbawa itong rectangular, itong guhit na yan, yan na yung pinaka-rim niyan. So, hindi na dapat lumagpas dyan yung mga garnish nyo. Okay? And then, dito sa plate na to, since wala naman siyang nakalagay na, na line or pabilog na line, you will consider pa din, imaginary na meron hanggang dito yan. Kasi, di ka na pwedeng maglagay ng garnish dito sagad dito sa pinaka, malapit na sa rim. Teka ma'am, parang yung powder naman umabot doon. Pero it's okay. Powder lang din naman yan eh. Hindi yan nakakaad ng bigat sa mata. Kayang-kayang control ng consumer pag nakitang hanggang dyan yung garnish mo. But since that is powder lang, walang masyadong bearing yan. Okay? Malinis pa din. Okay? And then what else? Number 5 is we have garnish to impress. Ayan. So, garnishes and decorations can enhance your plate presentation. So, choose garnishes that are appropriate to the ingredient And for example, using a chocolate curls for chocolate cake. So, na-mention ko na kanina na kailangan connected to each other yung garnish ninyo and then yung pinaka-recipe. Pero again, kung nakikinig kayo, is meron tayong common ingredient lang or general, I mean, general garnish na ginagamit like what? Parsley, sprigs, onion leaves. So, sana nagja-jot down din tayo, no? Kasi I don't know if you're still listening to this recorded lesson. Okay? Pero don't worry kasi I know students pa lang kayo. You can consult me for whatever your plans when it comes to the art of garnishing. Pwede kayo magpa-check kaya nga lagi akong you need to ask me, you need to consult kasi if you will not practice that one, so mas ano tayo, prone tayo sa mistake. At least kung guided kayo is mas naiintindihan ninyo yung ginagawa ninyo from time to time, especially sa food preparation. Okay? So, what else? Again, garnish to impress. Huwag kang magsaserve ng food na alam mong ikaw pa lang nakakita, naboringan ka na may ganun eh. Ba't mo pa isi-serve yan? Wag na. Baka maka-influence ka pa ng ibang customers na hindi matutuwa. Kasi dapat ikaw pa lang, happy ka na. You get that point? Okay? Kumbaga, you feel like, wow, my work is very impressive. Impressive din to sa mata ng iba. Okay? So, si for example, ma'am, baka magkaiba po ng feedback eh. Pero at least, lamang, yung, di ba, out of 10, 8 or 9 doon, okay. Okay yun. Pero kung may isa lang, hindi natin i-mind yung isa na parang sa kanya hindi impressive. Kasi isa lang siya. Out of ilan yung okay. To get that point? Okay. So, next. Techniques na tayo. Some of other techniques So, meron pa tayong additional techniques. Never decorate a plate with something inedible. As I mentioned a while ago, sa example natin na cake kanina, yung mga printing or printed toppers and whatsoever, inaano natin siya. Dinedecline natin yung mga ganong klase ng garnish. Ensure the garnish complements and enhances the dish and choose garnishes that are the correct size. They should be easy to eat. Ayan. So, maganda kasi kung yung pagkain i-serve natin hanggang garnish, pwedeng i-take no, ng ating customers. Mahirap kasi yung maganda nga siya, 100 points tayo dyan, 2 thumbs up, pero hindi naman siya nakakain ng guest. So, itinatabi lang sa plate. So, sayang yung ibinayad, sayang din yung effort mo kasi after that, itatapon mo din sa basura even yung garnish eh. So, kailangan makonsume lahat kung kakayanin i-consume lahat. Okay? So, next. Okay, so there are many factors and techniques to consider in food plating that affect the overall. So, appearance of any kind of food kasi nga sinasabi ko mula pa kanina, hindi lang pang dessert natin ina-apply itong discussion na to or lesson sa lahat ng klase ng menu po. Okay? Appearance, and then applying one of the tips may enhance presentation. Okay? So, hindi naman necessary lahat din ng dinescribe of the guidelines, additional techniques, and so on is i-apply nyo all throughout sa lahat ng dish. Okay? Even may isa lang dyan, okay na yun. Isa hanggang dalawa. But not necessary lahat yon kasi hindi rin po pwede lahat yon. Okay? Hindi nyo na mamimit kung ano ba yung recipe na gusto nyong i-prepare or what kasi lahat iniisip nyo ng maigi na lahat ba to kailangan i-apply. So, 1 to 2, okay na yon as long napasok tayo dun sa guidelines. So, mahirap naman yung wala kang in-apply kasi walang magiging bearing yung ginagawa nating food presentation. Okay? So, I guess this is the end of our lesson for today. So, please prepare for a sit work. Okay? And I hope and pray that you learn something from today's lesson. So, nag-start tayo sa cooking terms up to the art of garnishing. Again, if you have questions po and clarification regarding our lesson, do not hesitate to message me. Okay, looking forward for your next laboratory, applying this one, and good luck to each and everyone. Okay, so thank you so much for your time and effort today. God bless everyone.